Hello, stupid.
Hello, Saniya.
Hi, Tama. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm a mess.
You've been going through it.
If you guys just tuned in and realize why we don't have a video today, let me tell you why. I had a busy week. My week was just busy, nothing messy, really. Oh, a little messy, but um, to just the cherry on top was yesterday I was doing research and I was like, oh, you know what? I had a long day. Like, let me just draw myself a bath and continue my research in the bath, which I do very often. Like, I love going in the bath with like my laptop and like watching something.
Because you have like a caddy, right, or something?
Yeah, I have like a bath caddy, like those trays that go right over the bath.
Mm-hmm.
And I filled up the bath. I'm bringing like everything in. About to light my candle, I put my laptop in, and I realized like the caddy's like too far in. Like I'm like, oh, let me pull it out so I can get in. And I guess it loses its balance, tips over, and there goes my laptop in my nice warm bath.
Oh my god! And like, what makes it so much like more heartbreaking is that you were like setting up this beautiful little romantic moment for yourself. I
Yeah.
imagine there was bubbles and
Oh,
like
totally.
candles and.
And like I had a bath bomb, and the bath bomb was right beside my laptop. So as my laptop went in, the bath bomb rolled over and went in at the same time.
Oh no! Just to
Yeah,
add insult to injury.
exactly. I did all pink. I'm like, where's my laptop?
Oh no!
Well, I pulled out the laptop like within, like, I wouldn't even say 5 seconds. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't in there long, but it was soaking wet.
Mm.
And it hasn't turned on since.
Oh my god. It
I
was a
know.
MacBook, right?
Yeah. And like a new, like a MacBook Pro.
Oh
Like,
no.
not new, sorry. It's like probably 4 years old at this point, but
Yeah. Enough that Apple Care has ran out.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so that was rough.
Well, I mean,
I
it still might turn on. Like if you keep because when you called us yesterday to freak out, Justin actually used to be a genius at Apple, and he'd give you the advice and stuff like that. So I think if you follow through with like letting it dry,
yeah.
it might there's still
Yeah.
maybe hope.
Yeah, if this ever happens to you guys, Google said and Justin approved that don't put in rice because that was my first instinct.
Hmm.
But I Googled it right away. It says to put it upside down to let it just like drain, wipe it with a microfiber cloth, and leave it for 24 hours.
Yeah.
Justin said 48 is even better.
Yeah.
So I'm just following that, and I'm recording today on Avril's like Surface. Um, yeah,
I honestly I had a Surface forever, and like I had to change it just because it was getting too old and it was not up to date with the industry standards anymore. But I love the Surface.
yeah,
It's a great little laptop.
yeah. So far, it's been really cool. Like, it's a little flimsier than I'm used to because I had like a whole MacBook Pro.
That's the thing; it's not very solid when you type on it and whatnot.
I know. And then like I need like Avril's not home today, so when I do my research, if I move it, like I guess the keyboard disconnects and then I don't know how to get it to reconnect, so I always have to just turn it on and restart it again.
It's magnetic. Just snap it
No,
off and
like
snap it
it's
back on.
no, I sorry, it connects, but
Right.
like I don't know, the setting on the laptop says now you're in tablet mode.
Oh yeah, yeah. That could be flimsy and annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just didn't have the time to figure it out today because I was like, I just want to be ready for this episode,
Yeah, yeah,
which
yeah.
I'm really excited for you guys to see what I have for you.
Oh my god.
Um,
That's so sad. I feel for you.
I
It
know.
also, it's just it happens, especially when you do your research in the bathtub. Um, you know,
Thank God I wasn't in it. Like I was just about to
yeah,
get in. I every time I googled it, it's like, could you die? And apparently, one person has died when her laptop's fallen in, but it was plugged in,
it was
obviously.
plugged in. Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be
yeah.
dumb.
I didn't do that.
Yeah, did you?
No, no, no. You should
um,
know MacBook cables are like very short, and it wouldn't
mm,
fit like stretch all the way there.
I am very disappointed by tablets. Like, I tried using the iPad to do my research. It is so inconvenient. It's
Hmm.
not easy to highlight stuff, to like copy text and to paste it on over to other things. Like,
I
you'd think that
know.
tablets would be better for that at this
Well,
point.
yeah, and you know what? It's so weird. I'm not even old enough to say this, but I get why old people struggle. When
Yeah,
it's small, I'm like, what is this? You
yeah.
know?
Well,
Like,
especially the Apple tablet. Maybe it's because I'm everything else I do is on either Android or PC, so I'm not familiar with the Apple environment. But like, I'm like, I just want to print this as a PDF. Like, how can I export this fucking page? It's
yeah,
so annoying. I have to like, oh, share it and then share it with printer. But then when you print, you go share it again instead of printing and blah blah. It's like, what the hell is going on? I'm so
yeah.
annoyed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all weird. Like, yeah, like now that I'm using a Windows, I'm like, it is kind of easier.
Yeah, yeah. I
Um,
might look into like Android tablets
yeah. I don't
because
understand these things. Like I'm good at technology to an extent, but like I don't get like what's the difference between like a Surface and an Android tablet?
Surface is actually a Microsoft tablet,
Oh, so like
and
Android's not Microsoft?
no,
Whoa.
Android is Google.
Oh, okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
and the Surface is built to be tablet and laptop.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's decent in tablet mode, but it wasn't. I've never used it much in tablet mode. But it has a pen and all, and it's like decent tablet one. I think the newer versions are even more performing. But anyways, this is not a tech podcast. I'm sorry, everybody, but yeah, I think I want to look into Android tablets
Yeah,
because I need to be able to do my research on the whim. Also, I hate having to sit down in front of a computer to do it.
totally.
I want to have a nice, bath moment. Also,
Okay, it's so funny because today, and you're gonna hate me for saying this, but it's raining outside.
oh my god.
But like I woke up, it's raining, it's like 12 degrees, like it's perfect bath time weather.
Oh
And
yeah,
a part of me was like, oh, I just want to go in the bath. And then I
yeah,
was literally like about to go like draw myself a bath. I'm like, like lightning doesn't strike twice. My surface can't also fall in.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I
yeah,
kept thinking that, and I was like, I'm right now challenging the world.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
I'm just
You're
gonna.
tempting fate.
I know. I'm
Don't
just gonna
do it.
sit on land, finish my podcast, and
Yeah,
then go in the bathtub.
yeah. I find it difficult to do research without two screens or like a big enough screen that you can split in two.
Yeah.
But I need to hack it still.
Yeah.
Because I'd love to be like that cool person in a coffee shop also running its notes,
Yeah. Have
right?
you ever been that person? Like when you were like in school, did you go study at the coffee shop?
Yeah, a little bit.
I always pretended to be. I don't get shit done.
It
I'm
was
such
never
a people
productive. Yeah,
watcher.
me neither. Yeah,
I just start looking at people and
yeah.
like I don't like I get like less work done at a coffee shop. And I have to be like ugly. Like I want to be like when I want to like actually be productive, I have to be in like, my
Sweats and
pajamas,
yeah,
yeah, like have my hair tied up, have my feet up.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Some
yeah.
like as cool and fun as a podcast person, like not podcast, sorry, coffee shop person. I'm just not him.
Yeah. I feel like if I tried writing more, I could be more productive in coffee shops. But no. Also, like with age, I need to be comfortable when I'm seating. It can't be on a small little wooden bench.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I totally get it.
Anyhow, I, I brought something a bit different for the episode today. Kind of a recipe instead of a dad joke.
A recipe?
Yeah, I have a recipe for a dad joke cocktail.
Oh my god.
So tell me if this sounds good to you. It sounds actually delicious. So it's part bourbon, part Aperol, part Updog, and part Amaro.
What's up, dog?
I don't know. What's up with you?
I fell for that.
You did. I was so stressed that you wouldn't.
Immediately, I'm like, mean, how are you going past that? What is up?
Not much. What's up with you?
Oh, that's actually really good.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be very cheesy, so I was like waiting for the cheesy stuff, and then I'm like, wait, no, actually, like that's an ingredient I want to know about.
So I saw it on it's like a picture of a real restaurant menu, and then it says peach and bitter, and it's called a dad joke cocktail. And like I
Oh,
guess like the joke is that you ask that to the waiter and they mess with you then,
yeah, that's so funny. That's really good. I like that.
right?
Yeah,
Well,
I'm like that needs to go on like a letterboard above my bar now.
instead of where fast lives, fly, dose slow dies, or whatever.
Shut up.
I agree. It's time to update that.
I love my where fast lives slow down.
Yeah.
Where fast lives slow dies. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Anyway,
All right.
should we get into it?
We should get into it. So, picture this: a
Ooh.
sprawling desert landscape where the golden sands stretch endlessly under the sun. Now, picture this very same expansive transformation into an urban oasis of glistening skyscapers, hotel, shopping malls where you can go skiing, or look over 400 different types of sharks and rays in an aquarium.
Oh my god.
Today we're talking about Dubai,
Oh my god.
a city that's rewritten the narrative of luxury in the 21st century.
Do you have this fascination with Dubai, eh?
I guess so. I was born there,
Yeah.
but I don't know anything. I don't really identify from being there.
Yeah.
But I personally think right now, like Dubai is everywhere,
Yeah. Yeah. It's all you hear
right?
about.
It's all we hear about. It is up, like, up there right now. And I have a fascination with kind of finding out why.
It
Why is
is very
everyone so obsessed?
mysterious.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And like, how did they get there? Because from when I moved to Canada, no one even knew Dubai existed
Yeah.
till now, where it is like probably one of the top destinations to like travel to, right?
And beyond being like a travel destination, it just holds like a space in our like collective mind as like this mysterious, like rich land of plenty and like.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Exactly. So we're gonna kind of talk about Dubai's journey from a modest fishing village to a global icon of affluence. It of influence. Sorry, it began in the early 20th century when the city was a humble settlement nestled along the shores of the Arabian Gulf.
It was a fishing town.
Yeah, it was just a fishing village, not even a town. It was
Wow.
very small. Then they discovered oil in
Mm.
the 1960s. And that's when like the first sparks of transformation began, setting in motion a whirlwind of economical growth and visionary development with a blend of audacious ambition and strategical innovation. Dubai rapidly evolved into a playground for the world's elite. So, what do you think of? What are the top things that come into mind when you think of Dubai?
Um, like those really cool architecture building.
Mm-hmm.
Then fancy cars,
Yeah.
and like I guess you said it earlier, and it's true. Like I don't think I've ever processed this like that, but like oasis, it's like desert, but also like lots of water and clear, beautiful water and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then yeah,
Go
sorry.
ahead.
And then I was gonna say like there's an element of danger for me that like comes to mind a lot when I come to Chihuahua. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
very mysterious and it feels like um a bit like supervillain mega city. You know what I mean? Maybe
Like
not.
Gotham?
No, more like I don't know. I think it's a mix of my queer identity and imposter syndrome of like not having a lot of money, that I would
Mhm.
feel very uncomfortable there and feel like I don't belong, kind of thing, and
Yeah.
feel like decisions that are being made there are like being made for the entire world and planet, kind of thing.
Okay, like the Middle East and North Korea.
Yeah, kind of. Well, I mean, no, because well, more like um Illuminati kind of vibe,
Okay, yeah, fair.
right?
Before I went there, like in May, before that, I used to be like, it's Vegasy, right? Like
Mm,
everything is for show. People are just dressed up to the nines, and it's like that. That's how I kind of just like pictured it.
right.
Um, it is very different than Vegas. Sure,
Because
there's Vegasy aspects to it, but I
mm-hmm.
don't think it's like an American city like Vegas.
Because Vegas is a very tacky element to it,
Hmm.
right? I don't
Hmm.
feel like that's you have that in Dubai.
Yeah, no, I think I would say exactly like it has Vegas elements to it, but with class.
Mm, like tasteful.
Exactly.
Mm.
So let's go into a little bit of history of Dubai. So Dubai is a city in the UAE, the United Arab Emirates. So UAE consists of seven independent city states.
Oh.
Um, so it like I know this from when I ever have to fill out my birthplace. They ask for city, state, country, and I have to
Hmm.
put Dubai, Dubai, UAE.
Oh, interesting.
Because there's no actual state, it's just the state itself.
Yeah.
And it's the second largest state in the UAE, the largest being Abu Dhabi.
Mm.
The other states are Sharjah, um, Al Qawain, Fujairah, Ajman, and Ras Al Khiman. I pronounced those not as well as I thought I would. So like we said before, in the before the 1960s, Dubai was just a modest trading port, fishing village with a population of 40,000,
Okay.
and its economy was based on their fishing and pearl diving money, right?
Oh.
Um,
Oh, so there's
and
still already an element of
class,
richness to it, of class,
yeah,
of
the
like
pearl.
you went to pearls, yeah.
Yeah. But back then, like if you even look at photos, there was barely an infrastructure. It had and barely any modern amenities.
Hmm.
There was just it was a desert with camels and a
Right.
fishing port, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Then they discovered oil in the 1960s, where that's where their rapid economical growth began. But unlike Abu Dhabi, it wasn't as much oil as they thought it was going to be.
Mm.
So by the 1970s, Dubai's leadership, particularly under Sheikh Rashid bin Said Al Maktoum, he began investing in oil revenues into infrastructure, including roads, ports, and airports. So he took that money they were making off of the oil because he knew it wasn't going to last long, and he started investing it around the city.
To like have
Um,
some long lasting investment, basically.
Exactly. This set the stage for a significant economical and urban development. As they realized that the oil wasn't as much as they thought it was going to be, they decided to reinvent themselves as a tourist attraction. In the 1980s and the 1990s, Dubai established itself as a major global business hub. In 1985 is when they established Emirates Airline, which is
Mm.
one of the leading airlines in aviations to this day.
Hmm.
The construction of their landmarks began. So in 1999 was when Burj Al Arab was built, and that's the one that you see on the beach that has like it's kind of like when I think of it, I think of it like a bow because
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. I know
in
exactly which
line
one you
with
mean.
exactly that one.
Yeah.
And then they started building the Jumeirah Beach resorts to make it more of like a luxury destination. The development of the Dubai International Airport started and became key in the international transit they wanted. So they wanted to attract more international people. In the 2000s, Dubai's skyline was transformed with the construction of iconic structures such as Burj Khalifa, which
Hmm.
is the tallest building in the world.
Yeah.
The city also expanded its real estate and tourism structures with projects like the Palm Jumeirahs, which we're going to be talking about the Palm Islands, and luxury residences and resorts on the Palm Islands itself.
That is so wild that all this happened in such a short amount of time. And like the
Yeah.
thing that fascinates me a little bit with like new cities is that you have like the template already for like a successful city, so you can just be like, okay, we're going to be a tourist town, even though like there's no history or cultural tourists or anything, or there's no, or like, okay, we're going to be a business town. It's like, what, how, like can you just do that?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
And like seeing that Dubai started pretty late in the game, right? When it came to
Hmm.
tourism, there was already like New York City, you think of Vegas
All of
itself.
Europe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They were able to learn from the best, I guess, in that way,
Yeah, that's the
right?
thing. They have that the advantage of like taking a step back and seeing what worked, what didn't work.
Yeah, and it's actually so funny that you bring that up because actually I just realized I'm like they decided to build like the tallest hotel and then the tallest building in the world, and it's
Hmm.
weird to me what the fascination is that with that, like because
I
the
know.
CN Tower was once the tallest building, I think too, and to me I don't really have an appeal for that. Like I never really cared to go to the Burj Khalifa when I was in Dubai.
No, but there is a lot of people who do that kind of tourism.
Hmm.
Like a lot, like even like the Eiffel Tower, for example. For me, that's not a reason good enough to go to Paris.
Hmm.
I'll check it out in the city skyline when I go to Paris, but
Hmm.
it's not like, oh, I want to go see this landmark.
Hmm.
The only one that
Yeah.
I really want to go see landmark, well, there's two. I would love to see the pyramids.
Okay.
And then what's the one in Jordany? In Jordan? Um
Jordany.
because in French it's Jordanie.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait,
Sorry.
what? Did you just make up your own place?
In Jordan, the big facade sculpted in the mountain.
In
Shoot.
Jordan?
Yeah.
I need to see what you're talking about.
It was in
Sculpture?
uh, Indiana Jones.
No, I Googled Jordan sculpture and it was Michael Jordan. Are you talking about like the one in Washington? Like Mount
No.
Rushmore?
No.
You said it to the mountains, that's why.
How can I find this?
I'm gonna do landmarks in Indiana Jones.
Okay, it's Petra, I think.
Oh.
It's in Petra.
Oh, you're right, Petra Jordan. It's called Al Kazne.
Yeah, yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
Oh,
that looks
yes.
gorgeous. I would love to go see.
Oh, you're right. I didn't even know of this. Well, I knew of it.
Hmm.
See, like for me, like yeah, those are cool, but I think like I'm a bit more attracted to like natural wonders.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, like the pyramids, it was made in ancient times. That
Hmm.
yeah, that would be very cool to see.
Yeah,
Um,
but
yeah,
like a very new construction, or like even like a biggest ball of twine on a side road attraction kind of thing. I'm not much into that kind of thing.
yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
Um, but if you are, Dubai is a place to go because
Hmm.
they have it all, right? So today Dubai is a global city known for its skyscrapers, luxury lifestyle, and thriving businesses. It continues to innovate with developments like the Dubai Expo in 2020, which was aimed to showcase sustainability and technological advancements. I could go on about the infrastructure and the cool things in Dubai forever, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like just say Dubai Mall alone, largest mall in the world, and I am not a mall person, hate malls as well, blown away.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Like they have like a ski resort in there. Like you see
Absolutely
snow.
insane. That's
You
so
get
so
to
crazy.
right and it's -2 there at all times. Um in the middle of a desert, take that in, right? Like
Ah,
not only is
oh
it in the
no,
middle of the mall is in the middle of a desert.
the energy requirements alone.
Yeah. The mall also has the biggest, largest aquarium indoors. Yeah, indoor aquarium, I believe, or largest aquarium in a mall. And we never paid to go into the aquarium itself,
Hmm.
but I like we were so tempted because
Aquariums are fun.
right, and it was just beautiful. It was
Yeah.
so clean by the looks of it. But the cool thing was that like you walk into like the H&M next door,
Hmm.
you see the aquarium.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Like you could see it, so much of it, just for free as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um they have the Museum of Future, which is something I was really hoping to check out, but we never ended up going. Looked very cool. They have this thing called the Dubai Frame, which is a large building, just the shape of a frame. Um, and then you get to like take the elevator up one side, walk across it, and like obviously it's hollow inside, so you just see
Hmm.
that, and then take the elevator down the other
Oh,
side.
it's like a sightseeing thing.
Hmm.
Oh,
And then
cool.
they have the largest Ferris wheel as well that was built in 2021. Um,
They want it all, eh?
they
They're
want it
like,
all, they have it all.
yeah, seriously.
Um, so yeah, I'm not going to go too deep into these things because I'm sure you've seen it all on social media and all of
Hmm.
that as well.
Yeah.
Um, but one thing I do want to deep dive into about Dubai is the Palm Islands.
Ooh.
Um, so you've seen the picture of the Palm Island,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
It's literally the shape of a palm tree.
Yeah.
And this iconic feature of Dubai's skyline is a series of man-made islands in the Arabian Gulf that are shaped like a palm tree. So the concept of the Palm Island was envisioned by Sheikh Mohammed bin Al Maktoum as part of Dubai's border strategy to enhance its tourism and real estate structures. The
Okay.
project was designed to create luxury waterfront properties and resorts and entertainment facilities. The islands were designed by the renowned architecture firm Nikhil, with the initial concept evolving a series of palm shaped islands. The design compromises of three main islands.
Okay.
So, Palm Jumeirah, that's the photo that we see everywhere, right? That's the
Right.
one that's the populated one, that's beautiful. And you can actually see this palm island from space
No
because it's
way.
that big and iconic. So this is the first and smallest island. The construction began in 2001 and was completed in 2006. The
Okay.
island was created by using a combination of reclamation and construction of underwater barriers to protect the island from erosion and sea currents.
Mm.
Um, the first residents began to move in 2007. So, like right after that, it was the island itself was completed. They had to build the infrastructure and everything.
I guess on the pictures, I never realized that it was so big. I thought it was kind of like a cute little walkway kind of thing, but no, it's like big condos and buildings on it.
Exactly, it's huge.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I also never realized there was three,
Mm.
and we'll find out why. Because I was like, I've only heard of like the Jumeirah one. That's the only photo you see. So, Jabil Ali is larger than Palm Jumeirah and is located further from the coast.
Okay.
The construction started in 2002, but it was put on hold following the global financial meltdown in 2027-2028.
Mm.
And this island was designed to be larger than Palm Jumeirah.
Right.
And then Palm Dara was supposed to be the largest of the three, but its development has been less extensive. Construction began in 2024, but has faced several delays and is like the least developed out of the three. So they had this idea of three Palm Islands. They
Right.
built and completed one. People moved in. It's thriving. It's doing great. The other two, unfortunately, were just never completed due to some, like financial crises,
Yeah.
and it's kind of been, given up by the
Abandoned.
firm company.
Right.
Um, I believe like I feel like they could sell it and someone else could purchase it, but it is still such a huge project to take on
Right.
that it's kind of just lying there. They're just like pieces of land made into palm trees and now lying there because they're not complete. So someone would have to complete it, make sure that it's safe to live
Yeah, yeah,
on,
yeah.
and then build a lot of infrastructure on it as well.
So I'm looking at pictures. Is one of them supposed to be like kind of a globe,
I
like a
believe
planet,
that's
and it looks incomplete also, but it looks like they're trying to create the continent shapes.
I believe that was supposed to be Palm Dara.
Okay,
Um, yeah, they just weren't finished with it, right?
right.
Which is very sad to hear because, like, a country that, or state or a city that's done so much, built so much after that, have just like
Yeah,
left these palm islands there.
yeah.
And it's not like Palm Jumeirah failed by any means.
Mm,
It's occupied by very like high profile, like A-list people,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
the elites live there.
yeah,
There's a lot of developed there, hotels there, all of that. So very crazy to me that how it hasn't done, like, they haven't done anything with the other things. They've also created large breakwaters around each island to protect it against ocean waves and
hmm.
erosions. And this involves the placement of massive rocks and boulders to create a barrier that mitigates the impact of the sea.
I believe that's got to have some significant environmental impacts on the ecosystem there also. So it's even more disheartening than like, oh, you like just did the damage and didn't complete them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They also have like the Atlantis luxury hotels that they've built on the palm. That is a huge attraction.
Mm.
Um, to me, it just is. To me, I have a lot of questions around why the other two haven't been completed
Yeah,
and what's
because it
going
feels like
on.
money is never a huge issue in Dubai. Funds,
Yeah, and
right?
it's not like, sure, yeah, like the economical crisis put a stop to it, but
Hmm. It's
now
not
there
like
isn't
there's
a
not going to be a
problem.
huge return in money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so I found that very interesting, and that is something that we've never seen before, really. There's no other islands that are man made that are doing so well,
And so
you
big.
know? So big, exactly. And yeah, there's so many celebrities that live there. I think Shah Rukh Khan has a home there. I think, the big wedding that just happened, a Bonnie wedding.
Nope.
You know that big Indian wedding that Kim Kardashian went to?
Yes.
Okay, I was like, you must know this. Are you
Yeah,
living
yeah, yeah.
under a rock? Yeah, so apparently, like, I think Bill Gates like gifted them an island, or not the
Wow.
island, not an island. Sorry, a piece of property on the
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, I might be starting rumors. I don't know if it's Bill Gates for sure, but someone gifted them resident on the Palm Island.
Wow.
I'm sure they could
That's
afford it
crazy.
on their own as well, but yeah.
I love how you assume that we have the reach to begin starting rumors.
Heard it here first.
Yeah. That's crazy though.
I know.
Can you imagine? Ugh, to have a rich friend give me
Uh,
property as a gift.
on an
Any
island.
property.
Yeah.
Any. At this point, I'll take a condo.
I know. You're like, it doesn't have to be on Palm Jumeirah.
Yeah.
I'll take it in the boonies, like
Yeah.
anywhere, please.
Seriously.
All right. So now, going back to Dubai, let's talk about a bit more of the sketchy shit that happens there.
Ooh, yes, please.
Starting with the abduction case of the Dubai ruler's daughter. Have you heard anything
Oh,
about this?
vaguely. Yes, I
Okay.
have, but I don't remember the story.
When I came across this too, I was like, hold on. I think I've heard something about this as well.
Hmm.
Um, and it is sketchy.
Oh, yeah. Eh?
So, the case of Princess Latifa bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the
Hmm.
daughter of Dubai's ruler, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, has garnered international attention and controversy. So, here's a little summary of the situation. Born in 1985, Princess Latifa is one of the daughters, one of, I believe, 30 daughters of Sheikh Mohammed. Or not daughters, sorry, 30 children.
30 children.
I
Jesus
know,
Christ.
6 wives.
Mm.
She has been an advocate for human rights and women's issues, and her attempts to escape Dubai were driven by her claims of oppression and a desire for freedom.
Hmm.
So, as you know, Dubai, or you may not know, we will talk about it a little further, but Dubai doesn't have very many human rights. They don't really follow freedom of speech,
Hmm.
and they may have some women issues as well.
I meant to ask
Um,
you earlier, and I'll just interrupt you now, so because I think it's important to understand the story. So the Emirates has a bunch of states, and each like city states. Each of these city states have their rulers like royalty wise.
mhm. So we're actually gonna hold that thought right there because
Okay,
it's
okay,
gonna happen
perfect.
right after this case. I'm gonna deep
Okay.
dive into that a bit more. Um, but yeah, so now in February 2018,
Hmm.
Princess Latifa attempted to flee Dubai with the help of her friends. She and a group of associates tried to escape by sea in a boat heading towards India. She was
Okay.
reportedly seeking asylum and freedom from what she described as oppressive conditions in Dubai. Her escape was thwarted when a boat was intercepted by Indian and UAE forces in the Indian Ocean near the coast of Goa. The UAE government claimed that the boat was intercepted after it was reported as a security threat. After the interception, Princess Latifa was forcibly returned to Dubai. The details of her detention and conditions of her return were not immediately clear and led to widespread concern and speculation.
Mm.
There was also videos out of what they did to her when she was captured. Um, Something to do with like drugging her, and then the last thing she remembers is being loaded on a private jet.
Oh my god.
The incident drew significant international media attention and human rights concerns. Various organizations, including the United Nations and human rights groups, called for information about Princess Latifa's whereabouts and well being. In response to the international outcry, Dubai officials and the royal family released statements asserting that Princess Latifa was safe in receiving medical care. They portrayed her situation as a personal family matter and denied all allegations of mistreatment. Um, I'll add the link below. I believe it is by BBC.
Hmm.
And where are we here? And there's a whole documentary on this, but I watched a little video, and it's videos of her talking through what like happened to her then, and how now she's being kept in solitary confinement, and doesn't think she's gonna leave. To kind of put these rumors to rest, her stepmother, uh, Queen Haya, um, one of his wives,
Hmm.
um, set up a lunch with Princess Latifa and the former head of the UN head of human rights, Mary Robinson. So they have like these photos where they put out like, oh, she's okay, right? And she's dining with Mary Robinson,
Could you
having
imagine to
lunch.
be forced to participate through that?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then in this documentary, it's she like Princess Latifah's like, I did not who she was. I
Right.
just thought it was lunch.
Right.
And then there's also Mary Robinson talking about how she didn't know who Princess Latifa was. Well, she didn't know what Princess Latifa was going through, and was just
Oh,
told that she's just bipolar.
having lunch.
Yeah, and she's just bipolar. So, all she did was show up to lunch. She said Queen Haya was one of her friends and just, had a lunch with her, talked about random topics. Later, she felt very betrayed to find out that it's this woman whose safety is in question. You
So
know,
it was not like come witness that she's doing fine. It's like it was just like come for lunch, and then we'll use the photos afterwards to be like, well, this person from the for human rights was having lunch with her, so obviously she's fine. Oh, that's
exactly.
so messy.
hmm And like you can tell by the pictures, like there's this woman dining with her. Like she looks very clueless, like Mary Robinson,
Yeah.
while Princess Latifa, and like it's like a nice lunch what they show, and like like Mary Robinson's is dressed well. Princess Latifa is like in a hoodie, like kind of sitting there, just like not
Right.
really. You could tell that she's not included. Like they both are just lost.
Hmm.
They don't know what's happening, and there's just these photos being taken of them.
Wild.
Then in 2021, a video surfaced, and I guess this is where these videos are from, about Princess Latifah claiming that she's been held captive in her home. I guess she got a hold of a phone somehow.
Hmm.
So she was able to take these videos and send them to her friends. Um, and then this video heightened concerns about her situation, you know?
Yeah.
And then since 2021, no one has heard from her again. So she had this phone where she made these videos. She's been texting friends, and then the video got leaked and radio silence.
And now it's just like, well, enough time has passed that people are moving on to other things.
Yeah. So like as of the latest updates, it remains unclear about what has happened to her. The government has just maintained that she's safe, living under appropriate conditions, um, but there's no way to actually like verify this.
Hmm.
Yeah, the case drew attention from everyone. Like you said, you've heard of it. I'd heard of it vaguely,
Yeah.
and everyone's just forgotten about it now. And we
It's
have no
so
clue.
wild that like they can do, imagine like if they can do this so publicly to like literal member of the royal family,
Hmm.
imagine how much they can do to just nobodies off the street.
Yeah, yeah.
And like you and I are small potatoes, so I'm pretty sure it's safe to like discuss like without too many repercussions, right? But like I can understand the hesitations of any journalist to take this on,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah,
Because they've been known to to fight back.
yeah, exactly. Um, so that kind of began my quest to look into more. And like you were wondering, how does the government system really work in
Hmm.
the UAE, right? So the UAE has a very unique and complex governmental structure that blends with traditional monarch elements and with modern state institutions as well. So the structure of the government. So the UAE has the seven emirates within the UAE
Yeah.
have their own monarch monarchy.
Yeah.
Monarchy, yeah, that's how you say it,
Monarchy.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Each
Yeah.
emirate is governed by its own monarchy, but the country operates under one federal government structure. The
Right.
highest authority in the UAE is the Federal Supreme Council. It consists of the rulers of the seven emirates. The council makes key decisions for federal policies and major legislative matters.
I just got again super villain vibes, like the council of elders will decide of your fate, kind of thing.
Right? And like this like there's a ruler of each state and those
Yeah,
each ruler makes up the
they
mass
definitely
rulers.
have a huge round room with a huge round table in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Um so the ruler of Dubai is also the vice president and the prime minister of Dubai.
Right.
As this is the position is held by Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, so that's his daughter, Princess Latifah, we were talking about.
Hmm. Yeah.
Dubai's legal system is a blend of Islamic laws, so the Sharia law,
Hmm.
federal laws of the UAE, and local uh, regulations. So, a quick little overview of Dubai's legal framework. So, then they have the Sharia law, which includes like marriage, divorce, inheritance, custodies, but this only applies to the Muslims that live within the country.
Okay.
And then they have like the Dubai land departmental laws, which regulate property ownership, leases, real estate, and transactions within Dubai, road traffic laws. They also have laws regarding public behavior and dress code and social conduct, which is
Hmm.
strictly enforced. Actions such as public display of affection and offensive language is considered illegal.
Hmm.
So, no kissing in public,
Yeah.
no swearing at each other in public as well,
Yeah.
which I found like the fact that it's actually posted in places a little more scary. It's not
It
like
is.
I'm
Yeah.
out here making out with Avril, but I was like, oh, like, can we hold hands?
Yeah.
You know?
And then what is considered like offensive language, right? Like if you have or like offensive symbols and stuff like that. Like if
Yeah.
you have like a pride shirt, is that considered offensive there?
Yeah.
Right?
Or like even like a skull tattoo, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Um and like yeah, like what if you're casually saying like shut the fuck up to a friend?
Yeah.
And then yeah,
Which like you've been known to swear here and there every now and then.
all the time. All right. So
Sorry. So just to be sure that I'm clear, non-Muslim residents are exempt from the Sharia law,
yeah.
but some of those stricter elements are integrated into the federal laws,
What do you mean
like
the
the no
stricter
swearing,
element?
like
Yeah,
there's some
well that's
strict
the
behavioral thing
regulation itself. I don't think that's the
regulations
regulation
that are
like
separate from the Sharia law.
exactly, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So going back to the ruler of Dubai,
Mm-hmm.
he's also the richest man in Dubai,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Obviously.
And as I was researching, I was like, how do you get elected as the ruler of Dubai, right? So in my research, it says that the ruler or president of each city, such as like Dubai, Abu Dhabi, all the other little cities within UAE, is elected every 4 years by the federal Supreme Council. But
Oh,
unofficially, it is just given to whoever's next in line in that clan, the monarchy family of each city.
right.
So I think they want to say like, oh yeah, we're ruled by the federal Supreme Court. We just elect someone new 4 years, every 4 years. But unofficially, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum was elected following his brother's death in
Because he was next in line, kind of thing.
2006. Yeah.
Right.
So it hasn't been every 4 years. It was just been
And
him.
it's also like it's elected from the top, not elected from the bottom. It's not elected from the people to start with. It's elected
Yeah.
from those 7 people at the top. Right.
Exactly. Yeah. So he's the richest man in Dubai. His net worth is somewhere from 14 billion to 18 billion. Um, and he owns
Jesus.
a lot of the real estate and has a lot of investments throughout Dubai. And a
Hmm.
lot of the iconic projects that Dubai is known for, such as the Palm Jumeirah and Burj Khalifa, are his ideas as well.
Right. Okay.
So he plays a huge hand in how what's made Dubai today. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. Right. Right.
But that kind of shows you as you may be like, how's this happening to his daughter? It's happening from him, and the reason it's happening is because he is
Unlimited power,
the
basically.
ruler of the city on the federal Supreme Council. So
Hmm.
who
Yeah.
can really question him, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Um,
That's a crazy amount of power. On top of just the inherent power that comes with money.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, and that's why I'm like, I don't think we'll ever know what happened to Princess Latifa because
Nope.
they're gonna keep it that way. Even if she's alive and well or she's not, I think they're just gonna keep it as
Yeah.
quiet as possible.
Yeah.
Um, and maybe like a whistleblower would come out, but I don't think they're gonna live very long if they try to.
I mean, at this point, I don't think they have much interest to it, anyways, because I
Hmm.
think what the world has demonstrated over and over again is that the international community is unwilling to take any serious actions to prevent these things from happening. So, if I were someone who witnessed it, I'd be like, well, this terrible thing happened already. There's no coming back from it. And even if I do whistleblow, I'm risking my life for something that's going to be in the news cycle for 6 months and then nothing's
Hmm.
going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not going to stop doing business with Dubai. We're not going
Yeah.
to like nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
So I get it. It's a very pessimistic view, but it's just like, well, we know of all the horrible things that are happening over there, and we're not doing anything about it.
Hmm. Yeah. And like, I think, yeah, like, even if after he passes, I don't think it is something that's going to come out ever.
Mm,
Um, and like, what kind of is very interesting to me. So he is like such an influential person in Dubai, right? He's done all these things to attract Dubai's tourism and make Dubai what it is today. But in some of her videos, she's like, well, he doesn't let me drive. Like, I'm not allowed to drive as a woman
Hmm.
and things like that. And it's like, it seems like his mind is going so forward, but clearly with his family, he is so backwards still, you know?
Yeah, because it's marketing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like to attract tourists. I feel like there's has even been a marketing effort to attract LGBTQ tourists
Mm-hmm.
to Dubai. And I've been seeing like these influencers being like, I've been invented like these gay influencers.
Mm-hmm.
I've been invited to go spend a week in Dubai. This is what I did during the week. I had such a good time. I met these amazing people. This event was amazing. We danced all night and stuff like that. And it's just like they're they're doing this huge marketing effort to portray Dubai as something that it's not. To I think Dubai is the most popular as a tourist destination. It's it's still booming. It hasn't peaked, but it's still very much growing in popularity as a tourist destination,
Mm-hmm.
despite all of this happening.
Yeah. You know what? That is something I didn't look into is like I know it's still illegal in Dubai
Hmm.
um to be openly gay, but like I'm like I just wanted to see like, like would like do they have gay bars or stuff like that still? So I just did a quick little search and it does say like it's illegal and like it's not grinder isn't safe to use. There are no gay
Hmm.
bars. And I was like, "Oh, okay." Um
And yet, I hear from people who used to live there and went back and stuff like that. That like, oh, it's much more tolerated. It's much more open and stuff
mhm.
like that. And
Yeah. Well, I do remember my tour guide, on one of the trips saying that, like, like Dubai doesn't care,
mhm.
but it's still illegal, so you're still scared. Like
I
it's.
think I think they're reaching a point where everyone who's on the marketing team and has like the international financial goals in mind are like, well, if we're having all these Hollywood celebrities buying houses here, we can't put these restrictions on them. We have to
Mhm.
make it more queer friendly, stuff like that, or otherwise we're going to be limited.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like all of the more like old money and old mentality and stuff like that are like, no, absolutely not, blah, 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 stuff like that. So I think it's maybe like a delicate balance that they're trying to be like, all right, well, we need you to turn a blind eye on these things for this financial benefits,
Mhm.
and like they're kind of like doing like, okay, we're gonna do these small subtle efforts and
Yeah.
hope that no one noticed.
Exactly. It's so funny when I was there the first night, we like, like it was like we landed, it was like 10 p.m. We're like, "Oh, let's go get something to eat." And I was
Hmm.
like, it was so hot, like it's so hot there.
Hmm.
So it's like, "Oh, like I like like cuz we were going on different locations, so I had like, some short shorts. But I was like, "Oh no, I'll just wear something else." And then you go out and you see everyone dressed very freely.
Hmm.
And I was like, "Okay, like it feels a little bit like safer, like, that's not that restricted on how women are dressing."
Hmm.
But then they do have like I remember like there's a mosque I wanted to visit in Abu Dhabi, and that's like you have to be dressed appropriately. You have to buy
Yeah.
an actual garment to wear. So yeah, I think it's like they're trying very hard to be like different and show that they have like they want gay people to come visit and people can wear whatever they want. But then they
Yeah.
have these laws in place where it's like being gay is illegal there, no PDA. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
um,
So it kind of feels of a gamble on like, well, who's going to witness and who's going to report and who's going to is it going to bother and who is it not going to bother,
yeah,
right?
exactly, yeah. Um, Yeah. I think it's like I think I don't want to deter people from going to Dubai by any
Yeah.
means, but I just want to say like when you're going, just know the laws and be
Understand
careful.
that it's a complicated history and that
Exactly.
it's you know the marketing portraits only half of the story,
Mhm. Exactly. And like yeah, like even though it looks like Vegas, it is so far from Vegas when
right?
it comes to like you don't like you never see like drunk people running around anywhere.
Right.
It's I would say it's a very family friendly destination in that way.
Right.
Um and like very clean, insanely clean,
Wow.
right? So yeah, like even like the Bellagio fountains. Yeah, right. That's what it's called.
I don't know. I know there's a Bellagio in Vegas, but
The fountains that are like in Vegas, they copied that
yeah,
in Dubai.
yeah. I think you're right. Yeah,
Um, I believe it's the Bellagio fountains. Like in Vegas, it's dirty. Like it's beautiful fountains, but when you look in, the fountains are turned off. You're like, ugh, gross.
yeah,
Dubai, like sparkling clean. We
yeah.
walked by there in the morning. There was like 5 divers in there, like scraping it
Cleaning.
clean. Yeah.
Wow. Was it expensive to be a tourist in Dubai?
Like coming from Canada, not like not very expensive. Like kind of like Canadian prices when you go to like the fancy restaurants.
Right.
Um, obviously, like they have luxury everywhere, right? So they'll
Yeah.
have like caviar that is expensive
Yeah.
on the menu and
Yeah.
stuff like that, but not like significantly expensive. I went in May, so that's the end of their wintertime, start of their summertime kind of thing.
Hmm.
So very hot still, but not like as hot. So the
Yeah.
prices were pretty good for like hotels and everything. My parents are actually now planning on going in November, and
Hmm.
that's their winter. So very expensive there for hotel prices.
Right.
Um,
And being born in the Emirates, do you have some sort of status over there, or residency,
yeah,
or
not at all.
right? Okay.
So I was actually just going into my next little fact there. So to conserve their culture,
Yeah.
you cannot get citizenship of the UAE even if you're born there.
Mm.
So I was born there. My parents had Indian passports at the time. I just got an Indian passport as well. I just
Okay.
adopted their nationality. Having never to be in India, gone to India at that time, I was an Indian citizen,
Yeah.
right? You cannot get citizenship even if you marry an Emirati.
Right.
So you can marry someone of the bloodlines, you will not get citizenship. Your child will only get citizenship if you marry an Emirati, as long as the Emirati man, is the man of the
Okay.
relationship. So if
Right.
like you marry an Emirati woman, your kid will not get Emirati relationship
Right.
citizenship. This also may be waived, so you may be granted citizenship in special honor from the UAE president, or if you've done like an honorable act for the country.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're very exclusive in who gets their citizenship. Um, so 80% of the UAE's population is foreigners, right?
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, migrant workers would come over from mainly South Asia to build and work there. It was mainly the men, leaving their families to come there and work.
Yeah.
Now there's expats from all over the world. We have everyone from everywhere. I saw that in person. There was so many people from all over the world living there.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't until 2002 that foreigners were allowed to buy property there.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and that gave them actually a huge boost in tourists coming over as well, and people moving to Dubai.
Right, because you have like international investors that create hotels and stuff like that, also
Exactly,
promoted
right?
overseas.
Yeah.
Mm.
Um, all right, so some more Dubai facts for you here. So in a city like Dubai, right, where everyone's driving a luxury car because almost a lot of people are like the rich and the elite, right?
Hmm.
How do you stand out? Even with like the police in Dubai drive Bugattis and Lamborghinis.
Wild.
How would you show off your wealth, right? Like you need people to know you're rich, you have
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
It's by getting a customized license plate. Uh,
So funny. Because to me, that feels like so tacky.
mhm. I can't imagine having that much money where I'm already driving a luxury car and
Right.
to be like, not enough. Let me
Yeah.
get a luxury license plate.
Right.
So, unlike anywhere else in the world, Dubai allows its residents to bid for exclusive license plates, turning your everyday vehicle into a status symbol.
Hmm.
Your everyday vehicle being a Bugatti, you know?
Right.
Uh,
It's
so
not
the
enough as a
auction,
status symbol as it is, you know?
exactly. So the plates kind of go by numbers, just like over here too, right? But the less numbers on your license plate, the more money that they cost.
Hmm.
For instance, in 2016, the license plate number 1 fetched a staggering 31 million dirhams. That's equivalent to 8 million US dollars.
What? Her license plate number one.
Exactly.
I'm surprised it's not reserved for the royalty.
Yeah. I feel like the royalty just has
They don't care
so
about
much
that.
money.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The royalty are very different than like the people that live there. Like if you see the city, it's all skyscrapers, right? They
Hmm.
have two big builder companies that kind of I think are like in battle with each other. It's
Competing.
Dumac and Emar,
Right.
and you'll see the Burj Khalifa, and then you'll see like 10 Dumac buildings and like 40 Emar buildings.
Right.
It was insane. Like everywhere you went, like that's not a thing in North America. The builders' names are never on the building.
Oh, they
Like
put the name on the building, eh?
very rare. Yeah, over here it's all there.
Wow.
And it's like it's so many, it's so many buildings there. It's insane.
Mm. Mm.
But the Emiratis, the locals, the people that bloodlines run there do not live in the city. They live in what are called Arabian villas, and that are right outside the
Mm.
city.
Okay.
And their family like gift each other villas, right? So they
Right.
don't care about the sky risers.
And they don't care
They
about showing off license plates and
they have a villa, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
They're too classy for that.
Yeah.
Um, and more recently, in 2023, the number plate P7 sold for more than 55 million dirhams, which is about 15 million USD.
Wow.
So beyond their obvious exclusivity. So
Hmm.
beyond the fact that you see the fact that there's low numbers license plate, you know this person has money. These numbers also hold like a cultural or personal significance to the owner, right? Like if you have that kind of money and you're buying this kind of license plate, it probably means something to you, you know.
Yeah.
So it could be for like a milestone, birthday, anniversary, or you might just be about standing out as well.
Hmm.
Um, Sometimes, like,
I bet
obviously,
there's a
there's
bunch of
only,
cultural references also and stuff like that.
yeah, exactly. And like sometimes you see a number added to it as well. Oh, sorry, a letter added to it, like P7,
Hmm.
A1. And yeah, and they're quite often double the value of the luxury car itself.
That's insane.
Yeah, once our a tour guide told us about this, we could not stop. Like Avril would be like, "Oh my god, 3 digits, 3 digits," and we'd be like,
Wow.
we'd stare at the people like coming out of the cars.
Yeah.
It was so crazy, and like, yeah. And then I kept making jokes. I'm like, "Oh, I would have my Kia Soul. Like if I had
Yeah.
money, I'd keep my Kia Soul just to make a joke out of it and have like a 2 digit license
I
plate on
love
it."
that. That's so funny. That would be so funny. Do you know what's the max amount? Like the most basic, like you didn't invest any money into this? Is it six like everywhere else?
I think it's six, five, six.
Right.
And then like you can also have like a 5 digit, and
Yeah.
I think it's normal. Anything that 3 and lower is luxury.
Wow. So random and weird. We have this deep rooted need to like stand out by any way we can. So
Exactly.
strange.
Like with these things, I was like, Dubai is such a strange place.
Yeah.
Very cool, but I can't wait to see where they are in like the next 20 plus years.
It
They've
just feels
already done
so
so much in the
surreal.
last 20 to 25 years.
Yeah.
They're gonna have flying cars before anyone else in the world. I can bet on it.
That place is just such a mind fuck. Like I just don't understand how it's real. It feels like I said, it feels like fiction. It feels like
Yeah.
supervillains and heroes and like yeah. The things money cannot buy are very limited.
Well, another thing that's gonna blow you away,
Hmm.
especially being a Quebecer,
Okay.
they don't have any personal income tax there. So like you pay
Wow.
taxes in Canada, right?
Wait, so how is the government funded?
Well, there's taxes on like real estate and everything, but no personal
Okay.
income tax. So like
Oh, okay, okay.
residents don't pay taxes on their personal earnings. So your salary and your
Wow.
wages and stuff, you don't pay any taxes on that.
Well, maybe I'm changing my mind about living there.
Right? Like after looking at your paycheck each month and saying,
I
what
know.
did this make after taxes?
Yeah.
That sold me on that too.
Too funny.
Um, all right, and my last this is so funny to me. My last little interesting fact about Dubai here it goes, okay? Until recently, Dubai didn't have like regular addresses. They didn't have like postal codes or like zip codes. Their like address system often just had like instructions in it. So you would say like deliver, and it was like building names. So
Right.
it'd be like deliver to I don't know, blue building. And then it had instructions right underneath it. So like right down the street, second house to the left.
What?
And that killed me. Like, but like apparently it worked. Like they didn't have a problem with it. But they're now trying to transform into like a better system, I guess, because of their growing population.
Yeah.
Um, that being said, Dubai is actually one of the biggest growing populated country in the world right now. So, and it's just so true. The amount of people that I know are moving to Dubai, like not personally knowing, but like I know a lot of influencers lately
Mm,
have been
yeah.
like moving to Dubai or just like visiting Dubai. It has grown like
Again, I
crazy.
feel that's a big marketing plot.
Hmm.
Like I feel like they're trying so hard to attract that kind of attention from like influencers and stuff like that. It's like the new LA, it's where you want cool people to move.
Yeah, New LA where you don't pay any income taxes, take me there.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
if I was an influencer, I'd be down.
Yeah.
Um, it just like obviously for your safety,
But you're
but
just a low life podcaster. So-
hey, maybe this is the one. This is the one we're blowing up on.
yeah.
I'm joking.
I mean, maybe let's choose another one where we're not so critical of this
Yeah,
vindictive
I know.
country.
They won't take us in now. Damn it.
Right?
Um, yeah, I think, and like I don't know if it's because I just visited Dubai too, but like I
Yeah.
had like a lot of ads about like Dubai real estate
Right.
as
Sorry.
well.
Also, I
So
have to apologize for calling you a low life. That was just a joke.
why did you see my tears falling out of my
Yeah.
eyes? You guys all missed it
Yeah.
because we were not on video today. No, it's okay. I'm a low life with a broken MacBook right now.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I like, yeah. If I didn't have to pay freaking income tax, I could afford a new laptop.
Yeah. There you go. Sorry, I fully interrupted you.
No, I think that was it. Dubai real
That
estate.
was very interesting. I didn't know any of that. And it's always been a big mystery in my mind. Like, it
Yeah.
just feels like such a mysterious place that operates on its very completely different system and completely by its own rules, and there's just no laws and no reason, unlimited power.
Yeah. Um, I know there was a few more stories that I kind of came across about like missing people. I stuck to the Queen Latifah, or sorry, Queen Latifah. Princess Latifah one because it's obviously the ruler's daughter. But I would say all the ones I saw, there is no real ending to them.
No, that's
So
it's like it's almost like typical at this point.
yeah. So I mean, I would want to do a full conspiracy episode on that, but I don't think I can with no endings to all of them. I
Yeah.
think that says a lot anyways. But yeah, overall, hopefully you guys enjoyed. My favorite part was just learning about the federal structure of Dubai or in the
Yeah.
UAE.
It's kind of wild. I had assumed it was a little bit less flagrant of how like, oh no, it's completely rigged up.
Yeah.
But
I like how they try to make it as it's not though. They try.
well, it's
Like
they don't
it
try
says
very
that
hard.
there's yeah. No, they try. They're like, oh yeah, like a new official is elected every 4 years.
Yeah,
But
but
just
elected by
but
seven
it just
people
never
at the
happens,
top.
you know? You're just saying
Yeah.
but it just never has been done.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, good job. That was really, really good.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. And then see you guys next week, and we'll be back on video
In
because
2 weeks. Yeah.
yeah, sorry, in 2 weeks,
All
and
right.
hopefully back on video.
Yes.
Bye. Thank you
Bye,
for
everybody.
listening.
Thank you.
Tell Me Like I'm Stupid is created and produced by us, Saniya and Thomas. You can follow us on Instagram at Tell Me Like I'm Stupid.
If you'd like to support us, please subscribe and review on your favorite podcast streaming platform. Our cover art was created by Ish. Find him on Instagram at h.e.e.s.h.
Thank you for listening.